There can be only one podcast, and may it be the Prince of the Universe. Hi, folks. I'm Matt.
I'm Bruce.
Hey, it's time for nerd news. Been a while because there hasn't been much nerd news going on. So, first off, I want to talk about one thing here. Before we start off, have you been watching The Walking Dead?
Oh, no, I haven't watched it in years.
Oh my gosh, they are creatively bankrupt at this point. Because right now they're on the last end of the comic books, and it's obvious they're like, oh, so how many episodes is this? Well, it's kind of the end, so maybe like two or three. Oh, only 2 or 3 episodes? Okay, let's make up a bunch of stuff. And each episode I have seen so far, 1,000% pointless.
And I would say this. Every time I hear anybody talk about The Walking Dead, it's only, when did you stop?
Yeah.
Is anybody still watching?
And it got bad. I think I said this a long time ago. The Here Comes Negan. Negan is coming season, where Negan is not in it the entire season until the last 2 minutes of the season, which they kept saying, oh, you're gonna be excited, you're gonna love the finale, you're gonna love the finale, and the last 2 minutes, which ends on a cliffhanger too, so nothing is decided. They were just baiting you, and that's when I said they're done. They're done. They stretch out an entire season on something that the comic book doesn't waste time with, because they knew they didn't have much of a story left, or they were trying to slow down so the comic books could move ahead. And but the thing is, though, now it's obvious they've run out of stories, and each story is pointless. And Megan still wants to. Megan likes watching Talking Dead, but they try to say, "Oh, we gave the origin of a dog that you got introduced earlier this season. The origin of the dog, named Dog.
Well, that's good.
His origin. It was so good that now we know what where the dog's been." I was like, that had nothing to do with anything. They're creatively bankrupt. They can't think of nothing outside of the comic book storyline led by Kirkman. They know they're at their rope's end, so they're trying to make up a new villain. Is zero interest. I have zero interest. The storyline is plotting. It is dull. Megan's checking her phone. I'm usually reading a book. We're letting it go as background noise. It's as if it couldn't. I mean, we were hanging in there with Rick, and then Rick left, and it was just kind of a mess for a while. And then eventually I was like, they got nothing here. And sure enough, I mean, the Whispers had a few things going on for it, and we were getting into it a little bit. And they'd have a little wasted episode here and there. But now it's like every episode, they don't know. They just like, we just need to push this out because we need a season 11. Come on, just push it out. Stretch the storyline. Stretch that storyline. Because we need at least to get one more season out of this. Can we go any further? No, I don't think we can. Well, we got to. And it's just like they're desperate for ideas. What a terrible stretch for what used to be one of the best shows on TV.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, but
best shows. I remember thinking after the first 3 seasons, I was like, man, when this ends, I'm gonna have to watch this all the way through first. I don't know if I want to now. I don't know if I want to. It's just so awful.
You can still go back and watch the first
after. I think it was season 6. I think that's the Here Comes Negan season. It was from there that they just really hurt, and then everything kept getting less and less fun, and they started doing wasting episodes. They started wasting filler episodes, and then there got to be more and more and more filler. And now this half season is all filler, just to get to the ending where we'll give you something big. Something big will happen. We'll spend money on that one. It's just really bad. That's CW tactics there. It's dirty stuff there. But I just wanted to be ready. So you have been watching Invincible.
I have.
So tell us a little bit about. First off, tell us what Invincible is.
Invincible is.
I wanted to lead in with
The
Robert
Walking
Kirkman.
Dead.
Yes,
yeah, it is Robert Kirkman.
Since Walking Dead is creatively bankrupt.
Yeah,
he
released
a new franchise.
It was 2 comic books that were released at Image Comics right about the same time. Might have been the same month. I don't. I don't
really?
Exactly.
They were that. I remember
they were really close together.
You had me read Walking Dead first.
Yeah,
and then you're liking it. So yeah, I'm loving it. So what? And then you said he did another comic book called Invincible. And then I read a little bit of that. I remember very few things from it.
And I would say
I liked it.
Yeah,
but I just don't remember that much.
Thing is, Robert Kirkman, he's a guy grew up reading superhero comic books, loving superhero comic books, and this is him. It's all the tropes you've ever read through the history of superhero comics, but he twists them in different ways. He's playing with all the superhero tropes, so he doesn't go the direction you're expecting. He takes it where you think it's going, and then he does something a little different all the time. And he does that through all the way till the end, wraps it up in a really fun way. It's one of the best comic book series ever put out there. It's complete now.
Oh, I was going to say, when did it complete?
I want to think it went like 100 and it was like a weird number. It was like 100 and
Robert
42 or something.
Robert
issues.
Kirkman is not about dragging the storyline around. He ended Walking Dead at what, 193 or something, or 185. It was short of just a few issues.
I
Short
always
of
wondered,
200.
it's like, why you could have just drug it out to 150 was what my thought on Invincible.
Invincible, yeah, but he's not for that. He's like, no, I'm done with the story, so this is the last issue.
And the thing is, the way I don't want to spoil anything with the way he ended it, but
don't do spoilers on this.
It was pretty much him saying, "Okay, this is my end." He left like he could have done more, and he wrote that last issue in a way that there is more, but you still feel satisfied with it.
Now, the thing is, was it? I know he wanted to end it because he wanted to end it, but was it? Do you think it had anything to do with timing? Because I'm sure by that time he was running Walking Dead, the TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So did it have to do with he just couldn't keep up with 2 comic book lines and
I
a
don't
TV
know,
show?
'cause he was
saying?
also picking up other comic book series at the time.
So
he might have decided he wanted to just do more different things. I don't know.
Because I've watched 0 interviews about Invincible with Robert Kirkman. I was just wondering if he's like, yeah, it's time for me to end it. I had a lot of other projects I was working on at the time. Or he said, no, this is how I've always wanted to end it. Have you read an interview like that?
I've not heard him say
Okay, either or. Okay,
And the
I was
thing
just
is,
wondering.
I'm just saying, it could have been that. It could have been, I just don't have enough time to focus on this. But the ending is satisfying. It is completely different than any other ending from any series.
So it's a pretty good overall series, you would say.
Because when I say ending, it's not really an ending. But it's satisfying
enough
as
to
far
where you
as
accept it
you're
as
not
a
looking
fan.
for more.
You didn't feel cheated.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're like, no, that's good. I'm fine if it ends that way. You're fine if it
And
never
it's
comes
different.
back.
It's unique.
So you're fine if it never comes back.
Yeah.
But if they wanted to, you'd be okay with that too.
I would be more than open, and they could easily make it something that he could do. He could do future stories that fit however he wants to make them fit.
Yeah.
But you're not going to feel like, oh, they just changed the ending. It's like no,
Right.
that ending.
Yeah. Okay. So Amazon came out with an animated series,
Yes.
Amazon Prime.
And
I just found out about this a few weeks ago, and I
Yeah.
asked you about it.
I've been looking forward since last summer because that's when I found out about it.
Yeah.
I actually didn't realize it had started. It was actually 3 weeks in when I started watching because I didn't realize it had started.
I'm just letting it go. Well, I've got so many other shows to catch up on here. I'm just letting Invincible catch up on episodes. Then I'll watch it. I plan on watching.
And I'm watching it with with Brody. And it's pretty fun because it's he, like I said, Kirkman, he does this typical superhero trope and then twist it. So Brody thinks he knows where it's going, and then the twist comes. He's like, "Whoa!"
Oh, I didn't see that. So let me ask you. Pause here. You had watching buddies. Your oldest two, Liam and Jackson, were your watching buddies. Now they're gone.
Yeah.
College. By the way, before anyone gives condolences to Bruce, they're gone. Meaning they're gone away to college.
Out of the house.
So now, I guess Annabelle is just not into this.
Annabelle, she watched WandaVision because it's
that's
girl
the next.
thing.
That's the next.
Thing is, Annabelle is
in the list.
girl, unicorns and rainbows.
That's fine.
And so she's not.
Wait, hold on. Is there a unicorn and rainbow show you watch with Annabelle?
No.
Rainbow Bright: The Return.
I've actually got the Rainbow Bright movie. We can watch it sometime.
Anyway, let's move back to Brody. So Brody is your main binge watching buddy now.
Yeah.
But he's been in the mix for a while, though. 'Cause I remember when
he's been growing up.
Jackson was on his senior year, Brody was included in the Watch Fest. So you were grooming a replacement.
Yeah.
It's nice because your wife's not going to watch these.
No. But the thing is, Invincible
I
starts off.
I just really hope my girls go with me instead of Megan, but I have a feeling they're going to be Hallmark Christmas movies 24/7.
Yeah, the thing is, anybody familiar with the comic book series, it starts off just basic traditional G-rated superheroes, and then on a page turn, it turns into a bloody, violent mess.
It does the unexpected, but in a good way.
Yes, it's while it's like. I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. It's overly violent into shocking ways, and
You have all these on trade paper?
I don't have them physically.
Okay.
Like I'm digitally.
Digitally, okay.
But you can buy the whole series for $60 right now on digital because they got $20 collections and 3 collections do the whole run.
Gotcha. Okay. But anyway, go ahead.
But this animated series is the first time I've ever seen. They basically took the comic book series and made it into the storyboards, and they are doing it beat by beat. It's the comic book. It is the comic book on screen.
And I was about to say,
good
is this
voice
one
actors, and because it's Glenn from The Walking Dead. He's voicing Invincible.
Oh, really?
Oh, the guy
Wow,
that did
more connections. Of course, Robert Kirkman.
yeah.
would probably,
Well, Robert Kirkman, he is half Asian, half alien, and so he
That's
brought
true.
in an Asian actor.
Why not? Was
and-
Glenn upset about being typecast?
And the voice of his father, Omni Man. That's oh my goodness. He was J. Jonah Jameson. He was.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I forget his name. Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons something.
Yeah,
I want to say
And
Richard Simmons. That's not it.
now that as soon as I heard his name attached, I was like, oh, he's kind of perfect, and he is kind of perfect for that
Good.
role. I think Seth Rogen's going to play Alan the Alien at some point, and
Okay.
Shane from The Shield. He's playing
Walter Coggins.
He's playing the dadgummit, the Nick Fury type role.
Oh, okay.
That
Gotcha.
character,
Oh, wow.
character in this series, he's playing that, and he's doing. It's a
Right
good
on.
choice. He's a good choice, and I'm enjoying it.
Now, so far you're saying now this is a pretty good one. Like we've talked about animated movies and stuff like that, and we're both fans of DC animated movies. So this is kind of on par with because the DC movies will follow storylines pretty close to the comic book. They don't try to deviate or make up their own stuff. So you're saying this one's basically doing the same thing, staying true, unlike Walking Dead, where eventually broke free.
This is more so. I mean, it's basically the comic book is the storyboard. I mean, it's
Okay.
not the exact frame per frame.
No, I know. Like
But
Sin
it
City.
is the story.
Sin City.
Yes,
with the
yes.
movie was just like except with some different angles and stuff like that.
I haven't-
minor changes.
I
to
haven't
segue
noticed
better.
any differences
Good.
at all.
Yeah, and you're a big fan of this series too. I mean,
it's
the comic
been
book series.
probably 5 years since I read it last.
But for the most part, they're staying true.
But I can't. I've noticed no change.
Okay. Comments online positive about this? I haven't even checked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the thing is,
I don't check for spoilers.
They released it on Fridays, the same day as Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which
Why
we'll
would
get
they?
to.
Oh! Is this with the streaming? The streaming? Is this a streaming competition?
Streaming battles. But as far as
Who you gonna
people,
watch?
the online communities I follow, everybody that watches both, they're enjoying Invincible more. Wow. Now, and that's not to say that that's not a negative to Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's just that Invincible, especially if you've never
We'll eventually get around to
you've
Falcon
never
Winter
experienced
Soldier.
it before. It's a different superhero story.
Yeah, and with Falcon Winter Soldier, we'll get around to that one later. We got
Because you haven't even started it yet, have you?
no. We're gonna wait till it wraps, and then we'll do the review on it. But the thing is though. I am gonna watch Invincible eventually. I may let that one go because I've got lots of stuff I can watch in the meantime. But I definitely do want to watch it. So I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious how far they're going to carry how far in the series they're going to do a season because I'm 4 episodes in right now. It feels like we're getting to the end of the first trade paperback, which was the first 6 issues. I haven't pulled them out to kind of look exactly what part of the story we're at to see how fast they're going.
Oh yeah, the pacing. You told me you were going to look into that, but you just haven't yet.
No, I haven't looked into it yet. But
well, Robert Kirkman's probably not going to rush it.
No. I mean, the thing
And they
is,
don't want it rushed, probably.
No. I don't want it to take 10 years to tell the story. And I think I don't know how long the season's going to be. I think if they do like 2 trade paperbacks, if they did 2 trade paperbacks a season, it would be a 10-season show. It just depends on how fast they put out the seasons.
I'm kind of shocked that I don't see this. When I go to Amazon, Amazon Prime banners will open up all the time on my Amazon homepage or the app. I have never seen a banner or ad for Invincible on Amazon. I've even gone to Prime a few times.
Well, dang it, I follow the site, but I get it on my Facebook.
I know,
all the
but
time.
just like the website, you think they'd be, when The Boys comes out, they got that Boys banner right there on their home page.
Yeah.
Why aren't they pushing Invincible? Because it's Robert Kirkman from Walking Dead, which is a known name. It's a that's name identity.
Well, the thing
seems
is,
to be it's a superhero property.
It might be how Amazon sees you because it does push it when I go there, but then they know I like Invincible.
So if I just search Invincible, then
I've bought Invincible products from Amazon.
Okay, that's fine.
So in the past, so they know that's what I like.
All right. But I mean, boy stuff is everywhere.
The boys are pushing on everybody.
I mean, boys have put it. But I'm just thinking, like, if and then whatever else that comes out, they'll be pushing this. They always pick one big show. I was kind of shocked they're just not picking Invincible to kind of give that big push, just for a few weeks when it premieres and stuff.
Yeah, because I didn't even know it was out.
Yeah, me neither. That's the thing.
I knew it was getting close, but I didn't know the date.
But yeah, it's just kind of weird that didn't get the big push. Like I'm trying to wrap my brain of what else. But I know besides the boys, they've been pushing this show in your face forever online, and then this is their big mainline show they want you to watch now. Hey, did you check out the new season of House of Cards? It's not House of Cards, but some whatever. It's whatever the big thing on Amazon is, The Expanse or whatever. I can't think of what shows are on Prime, but that seems to be the stuff they're pushing. Well, why not Invincible? It's superhero. Superhero stuff's in. Robert Kirkman's Walking Dead. It kind of makes sense where you'd want to push this. I mean, I'm glad they're doing it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I just thought it would have gotten a bigger, or I think it should have gotten a bigger push. I'm glad online communities are loving it, but I think if they gave it,
it gets the numbers. So I really would. I would.
Well, that's what I'm afraid about.
It would definitely be the first unique time that they fully adapt a comic book series from beginning to end if they continue the way they're going.
Well, that's why I want them to process it. But I think if they did do an all-out, marketing blitz on it, more people would watch it. Because a lot of people don't know, and if you just say Invincible, I don't know what that is. It doesn't sound like a superhero, TV show. Oh, it's animated. I definitely don't.
No,
what I'm saying? Just the average.
And it might be hard to sell, being as it looks like a typical cartoon, but it's not for kids.
Well, I mean, yeah, and that's true too. You could say that, but you just throw Robert Kirkman's name, and already the Walking Dead fans are in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not in charge of marketing.
You the parental warnings and everything before all
and then people start saying, "Oh, well, then I'm definitely watching this."
Yeah, and Brody was commenting. It's like the first episode is like, "Dad, this is TV 17 plus." It's like, it's okay, because it gets pretty violent at the end because you're watching it. It's just typical what you would see Saturday morning episode until the last couple minutes.
And that's something you wouldn't see.
And then there's another episode. It's like, oh, this one's only TV 14. Because it's
the episodes change in rank.
They do change their ratings on.
Is it Y7?
Based off of how much?
Is it Y7 because it's a superhero action drama?
I love that one.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite one. X-Men is rated Y7 because it is superhero action drama. I was like, okay. I don't know any cartoon rating, but I know Y7 because of the X-Men cartoon. That's the first time I ever noticed a cartoon rated Y7. And by the way, it's not a violent cartoon.
No, it's just Y7.
It's just Y7. Just
superhero
because
action drama.
That's
if it was just a regular action drama, it could have been Y6, but it was a superhero one.
Yeah.
So
it's like, what is that? What? Why do we ranks on our? Why are we rating our cartoons now? All right, so moving on, because I got a few more topics here. Do you have any other topics to add?
No.
Okay, so I think I got plenty of topics here for us. The next one, new season of Dexter's announced. It's upcoming. They're going to start filming it.
I know it's coming, but I know no details. You got anything?
I'm trying to avoid any details. Of course, I don't think they've posted that many details either. Showtime, a few years back, said Happy Thanksgiving, and it showed Dexter. It was an old photo, stock photo of him cutting a turkey. Well, they thought everyone was teasing Dexter to return, and it started trending. It got overwhelming support. Michael C. Hall, his Twitter feed started blowing up. You're like, "Are you coming back, Dexter?" And like, no, it was just a Happy Thanksgiving. We just remembered y'all loved Dexter back in the day, and we just thought it'd be fun. But I wonder if that's what got the ball rolling. Like, people were interested. People were interested.
They were kind of mad when we ended it.
Michael said, "Oh, it's terrible the way it ended. Terrible." And
Dexter was great. Really, it was losing a little bit in the last couple seasons, but that last season.
I would only say it stumbled in it because the thing is, I mean, come on, after Trinity Killer season 4, you can't get any better. 5 is decent. 5 is if you don't have season 4, 5 is good. 6 is good. Did it end on 7?
Whatever the last season
6 is
was.
the Armageddon Killer, and I don't know if that was the last one. But either way, it's good until the ending. The last couple of episodes when they kind of just ran out of I think it's the Armageddon Killer's the last one. I think.
There was a lot of, okay, we got to wrap up this, that, and the other. We got to
wrap up the thing with his sister. We got to wrap up the thing with the police station.
We're not going to think about how we're going to do it. We're just going to do it.
We're just going to. Well, they argue and say, well, we ended that way because that's the way we always imagined it ending.
There's no way,
guys.
No way.
It's a lie. It's a lie. and they bungled it bad, and it was not satisfactory to anyone's imagination. In fact, the last episode is probably one of the worst episodes in the entire series.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm serious. I'm trying to think, because there's episodes in series that are okay, and I'm sure season 1 has some okay episodes, but the last episode isn't.
It's just bad.
It's just bad. It's just bad.
For a great series to end, it hurts when the great series end like that.
Yeah, and it stumbled. It was like, what? That is your ending? And everyone said the same thing, like, what? Because I was like, oh my gosh. And it's always kind of spoiled me from watching it all the way through again, to be honest with you. Because even after season 5 and some of season 6 a little bit, I was thinking, I'd watch this again. I didn't mind.
I tend to be more forgiving on a second rewatch just because I already know it's bad. And it's like,
Yeah.
And a lot of times my memory is like, it's so bad. And it's like, it wasn't as bad as I remember, but it's still not good.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that they do something, a little bit better, give him a better ending, give him some more. I don't know who's coming back. I haven't heard of anyone else coming back besides C. Hall, but that's really all you need. I do hope they do give it some closure a little bit. His dad won't be coming back, that's for sure. He's way too old now. But I would like to. Are there any other books that they're going to base things on, or I don't? I think
the seasons were all pretty loosely based.
Yeah,
on
the only thing that was close was the first season, right?
First season was more close, and then there was basic ideas
that they pulled from it.
Yeah.
So I'm interested. I will watch it. Because I'm interested, and I hope that it gets a better ending. I really do. All right. So the next one. I'm a big fan of The Last Starfighter. I believe you are too. Old 80s classic movie, sci-fi movie. Just recently, doggone it, what's his name? Gary, writer of Rogue One, Whitta. Gary Whitta announced on his Twitter feed or Facebook or social media that they are, according to him, on the 1 yard line about to get the sequel greenlit.
Oh, this has been a long time coming.
And yeah, but supposedly the writers are really heavy involved. They got artwork. And they got, I think his name is Chris Sabin or whatever, the guy who did the soundtrack. They got him to do a new score for it too. And it's just a score showing pictures of an idea, concept, art concepts for their movie. Obviously, we don't know what the sequel's about. It's called The Last Starfighters, plural.
Oh my goodness, I bet this is going to be a girl one.
Well, I'm sure. But anyway, it was fun to hear new music because you could tell it was the same composer. He was just kind of elaborating on his early rendition. And to be honest, I watched it and I got excited. I love Last Starfighter. I hope it gets approved. And I know why they're doing it. And we talked about this. We're coming into an odd age now to where everyone is appealing toward the fans to pressure the studios. Ever since release the Snyder Cut, they've opened up a monster now.
Yeah.
And fans have a little bit of power. Just a little bit.
And that's a good thing.
It's a great thing.
I would say this. If you're one of those people out there condemning the Snyder Cut people just because they can be a-holes online,
or just because
you're missing the point. This is a people uprising, taking control of Hollywood.
Yeah.
The thing is, they did it last year with Sonic. They released our first Sonic trailer, and the fans went nuts. It's like, that is not Sonic.
Yeah.
The studio caved. They changed it to make him look like Sonic.
And everything was good.
Yeah. This needs to happen more often in more movies. There's been too many times where the fans get screwed over.
Yep.
And they only complain about it after. Now we have the ability to complain in advance and make them adjust and fix things before they give us their final cuts. Or in the case of Justice League, which we didn't cover it in the when we did our review, but it's like, they had the Snyder Cut. The only thing new was that tag at the end. They had a complete movie, and yet they brought in Joss Whedon, spent another who knows how many tens of millions of dollars to redo
entire
stuff,
storylines,
and make a worse movie than what they had.
And still bungle it.
It's crazy, the mentality that's in Hollywood.
Yeah, it's really bad, and so that fans are getting some hearsay here, and that writers and everything are appealing to the fans. I mean, if you think about it, it's not the first time. You could go back to the leaked Deadpool short that got
That
Fox
Ryan
to
Reynolds didn't
greenlight-
do. That wasn't him.
yeah, but it got it greenlit. So there's a lot of little things like that that they're finding out the power of the fans. And so Gary Whitta just says, "Hey guys, get this trending."
Yeah.
Because he needs all the help he can get. Are they on the 1 yard line? Are they about to greenlight his project? No. The answer is no, they are not. No, they are not. Absolutely, it's a lie through Gary Whitta's teeth. He's just trying to get fans excited and to do this and push it really hard to help him out. It's like when you say, "Hey, vote for me in this local contest." I call all my friends and family and ask them to get their friends to do it because to make it look like I'm very popular when in actuality I'm not. And that's what Gary Whitta is trying to do. He's trying to, and I mean, hey, more power to him. He really wants the project to be done, so he's appealing to the fans and trying to get those Snyder Cut fans to love him too. But you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see a lot of creative people reaching out to the fans. Hey, help me, back me up.
Show them that you're interested. Show them that, and this can go for trimmers as well. You got to show the studios that there is interest because they, for whatever reason, forget about the fans.
And that's what what's his name from Trimmer said. Michael Gross said. He said, "You know what? Yeah, this is the last one, but I know studios. If fans are rabid about this movie and it makes money, they're gonna come back to the table." Money always has a way of, and fan interest always has a way of bringing them back to the door is never completely locked as long as people are knocking, So I'm interested in it. Now the last, and I hope it gets made. I hope it gets greenlit.
Yeah,
I think Gary Whitta is a big liar. It's not on the 1 yard line. He was pitching it, and he was hoping
you gotta
it'll
sell
be
it.
approved.
You got to sell it.
But I know, and I'm fine with that. You got to hype it up. You got to act like, yeah, everyone, come on, it's on the one. Everyone cheer. You're on the one. You think you're on the one, but you're trying to pump up the crowd. Get the noise level going.
If he can get the crowd loud enough, then they're on the 1 yard line.
Yes. Then they get the 1 yard line. They don't approve it. Some big win for the fans about some 80s movie that most people don't know. But I really hope it does get approved because it does look pretty neat. Even though we have no idea what the story is. I mean, a little details.
You don't want to know that at this point.
I know.
Unless it never gets released. Then you
kind of I got one last topic here that I wanted to talk about with you. And I'm going to try to do it in my best Roger voice. Roger was a roommate of ours. Now, why would someone want to read about Star Wars when it has non-binary characters in it? I got to ask myself that, Bruce.
It's not so much that it has non-binary characters. I mean, hold on.
You're
bringing this up without warning me.
Well, that's because everyone. I revealed this on a live stream a while back, and everyone wanted to hear the story. I promised.
Let Star Wars release, and here's their statement: in honor of #Trans Day of Visibility, we're proud to unveil our exclusive cover highlighting Tarek and
Beat Bop Boop. Keep going.
Which is basically the same name backwards. Trans, here's the weird thing: trans non-binary.
Oh, trans non-binary. Sorry.
Which I have no idea how those words actually relate to each other.
The non-binary
Jedi currently featured in Marvel's The High Republic comic, which I had already previously decided I can't touch the High Republic stuff. Just looked terrible from the get-go.
Okay.
We support trans lives, and we are passionate and committed to broadening our representation in a galaxy far, far away. How can you be trans and non-binary? I don't understand. Where are these words coming from? Does trans mean what I think it means? Does non-binary mean what I think it means? Or are these contradictory words?
And we've talked about this.
How can you be trans and non-binary?
Yeah. And so this is just it's a low. I mean, it's disappointing because there's people who've told me for years, Matt, come on, you really trust Lucasfilm to continue Legends? I'm like, well, yeah, they'll get if they get the right people involved. Right now, you got to flush the toilet at Lucasfilm and get new people in, because right now that's low. It's an act of desperation. Someone pay attention to us.
I don't know where they think they're marketing to.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's a really bad call.
It is a very small portion of the public
that don't buy comic books.
Yeah. most
that
people
don't care.
just want stories.
Story.
They
Stories.
don't want agenda.
I don't want what this person stands for in the real
They don't
world.
want whatever's
I don't want
popular in the.
that. I go here to
political rhetoric.
escape politics, not to get thrown into it more by your viewpoint. So, yeah. Anyway.
Fun times.
Say, all right. I'm done then. I'm done. All right, folks. Hey, we'll see you next time on episode 200.
What are we going to do?
Dun, dun, dun!